Okay, I think we're live. It says I'm live, so therefore I'm live. Let's see here. I hope my mic is working. I keep doing the mic test thingy, and it's like, here we go. Oh, okay. So today, there's no one here yet, so I'm not gonna bother. Oh. I should connect this to YouTube too, but I don't want to bother. Okay, so anyone who's watching this, this is probably being watched at a later date, but anyway, I'm gonna be doing some live sprints. I'm still trying to work around and learn, Streamyard. I've never really used it before. I've been in, lives with Ange and Amy for the Out of the Coffin book club, where we read all the Sookie Stackhouse books, and next week I'm actually hosting, so I needed to give this a whirl before I just kinda pump around with it. So I'm actually gonna start a reading sprint in about at soon. Let me just introduce the books. I'm gonna be reading this is the last book from my Vonnegut project. I hate that this camera is opposite of what I'm used to, but I don't know if it's actually a novel. No, it's a novella, but I think that I'm under the impression that it's a excuse me, I'm all hiccupy. I'm under the impression that it's a collection of essays rather than, any real, story. I'm not entirely certain, but anyway, yay, I have a viewer. Anyway, I'm gonna be reading this, finishing off lo my project today. It is incredibly tiny, so I plan to finish it, I hope, unless I'm super slow at reading suddenly. But, like, look, there's just so much white space, so it's like, I think I could get into this. It'll get done. So, and then if I finish that in the next, like, hour or so, I'm gonna keep m eating into White is for Witching, and this is a book that I'm reading for the Weird Women's Book Club, and I've just barely started it, um, and I really like it. It's got some really great vibes. I like the narrative, and, that's all I plan to consume today, but I do wanna get a bunch of reading done. I imagine that if you're on here watching, it's probably because you wanna get some reading in to, like, finish off end of year reading goals, or you just need the motivation. I was planning to work too, but I need my laptop for that, and I don't wanna it's gonna be kinda weird. So, I do have the music playing. I'm gonna bring it up a little bit. I'm just using the Streamyard stuff because 'cause I'm afraid of getting my channel, like, blacklisted. Even though I subscribe to Premium Beats, I uploaded a bunch of songs, and then I was like, "Oh, I don't know, because I have to put the credit stuff in, I think. I don't know." But anyway, I'm gonna do a sprint for the next we'll start with a 15-minute one. I suppose I should use my timer. Also, if you're watching this and you know how to get, like, an actual timer in here, I'd love to know, because I went crazy. I was up until, like, 1 o'clock in the morning trying to find a timer. I don't wanna make a timer. I don't care to make a time. I don't have that kinda time. I just wanna go boop and pop in a timer, even if it's like a video. But if I have to make a timer, that's really sad. But I have a little scroll thing, so we're gonna do this. Uh, we're gonna read until then. So I'm gonna mute myself and bring the music up a little bit. Happy reading. Okie dokie. Where's my thingy? Okay. There we go. I'll hide that. All right. So I've started reading. This is God Bless You, Good Doctor Kevorkian by Kurt Vonnegut. This is the last book in my Project So It Goes thingy. And yeah. The opening I had read the other day, it was a foreword by Gaiman. And then I just read the intro and I've read a couple of they're really short. It's genuinely like a lot of white space. So I'm liking it, but it's basically about the afterlife and near-death experience. And the intro was a little alarming because uh it's it's about a near-death experience, and it's a little scary. It's like a surgery near-death experience, a botched um anesthetizing. I don't remember how to say the word, but yeah, it's ooh. Anyway, let's go back to comments. I do have music. So when I turned on the thingy, I mentioned that I Streamyard. The thingy is Streamyard. Um, I have an account with Premium Beats, and I'm whitelisted on their thing. My whole channel's whitelisted, so I am kind of nervous. I'm gonna switch the music to stuff that I've downloaded from them because I have an unlimited plan. So I'm kind of nervous about the stream just going boop because I don't know. It should be. Oh, are you doing that? I was just watching who was it? Jennifer's video for um the what is it? The physical TBR thingy. I don't know. I tend to only buy the books that I've read or I have to read. So I don't know. Oh, you. Oh, I finished that book. I loved it. I had started reading it like it was almost 10 years ago, and then I was looking at my Goodreads thing, and it was like I made it like halfway through the book. It's really sad, but and that's when I about stopped. And that's when it like really picks up and gets really good. But and then yeah, I finished that like a week ago and I absolutely loved it. It was so cute. Oh. I'm too scared to do that. I'm too scared to do that. Read your shelves. I rarely ever take that yeah, that's what I'm preparing for. I love it. Yeah, I know I have a lot of books that I do own because I used to buy from the Overstock books. I don't remember the name of the company, everyone stopped using it. But even, like, now, I just buy books that are for projects, so or I've been reading it through the library, and I'm like, "Oh, I love it." So, I don't know. I kinda I have too many projects going on. My, Booker shortlist one got canned for the year, so I'm gonna start that back up next year, I guess. Oh, so you guys, well, Alice is reading and just playing with books, literally. So I'm gonna switch the music to my premium beat stuff. I don't know which one I want. Autumn Day. That feels like it. So, we're gonna do another sprint minute. I gotta go to the library after this. They close at 5, I think, and I wanted to pick up that. last well, not last Sookie book, the one that was the collection of the, essays, the short stories by other authors. I really wanna read that, but I didn't wanna use my last Hoopla credit, although that expires on Wednesday anyway, so I might as well. I just don't favor reading off an e-reader, so I'd rather have a real book. Yummy. Okay. We will do a sprint until do. Oh yeah, and Alice, you mentioned the ticker thingy. It's actually a button when you go to create a banner, you can make it a ticker. I don't know if there's a letter count for that, like if there's a maximum number of characters that you can have scrolling across the bottom. That I have to test out. I should test that today. I'd be like, and just like smack my keyboard and see how many characters it'll accept. What time is it? We can do like a 20-minute, 25-minute. I don't know. Time. I'm not good mathing. I'm bad with this. So how about if we read? Oh, I'm gonna read until quarter of. Let's do that. We'll do that. I'll crank up the tunes a little. And mute myself. I suppose I can unmute myself. Hey, Sam. Oh, hey, Courtney. How are you? Oh. All right. Well, I'm making my way through. I'll probably finish in the next little sprinty thing. This is really weird. It's interesting. I like this. I'm enjoying it. So Ian, reading God Bless You, Dr. Kevorkian. This is the last book that I have to read for my Vonnegut project, the project So It Goes. And it's basically it's Kurt Vonnegut in his own perspective, and he's writing for a newspaper. Well, not a newspaper, it's like a newscast, and he's doing these he's looking for sound bites from people who have passed on. So he's working with Dr. Kevorkian, and he does these controlled near-death experiences so he can go to the pearly gates and talk with deceased people. It's really interesting. Oops, there we go. Yay! For some reason, I'm a much slower reader with this book than anything else. Yeah, I audiobooked it, and yeah, I think maybe if I had audiobooked it like 10 years ago, I would have gotten through it, but it was a really good um it was a good experience audiobooking that one. But yeah, it was I don't know if it was like slow. It's not a whole lot happens. It's mostly like social stuff in the oh, what is it called? We capture the castle, or I capture the castle. But yeah, it's an enjoyable thing. I'm a slow reader in general. Probably would have finished this if I had like, if I were a faster reader, but I don't know. I absorb information at my own pace, so I it is what it is. So if I finish this in the next like reading block, then I'll start in on White is for Witching. Helen Oyayemi. Um, I've started this like a couple weeks ago. This is one of the books in the Weird Women's Book Club. I've been having a hard time with print books lately. Oh, yeah, I go through phases. I kind of rely on them, audiobooks, because I have a long commute. In the morning, I drive from, it takes me about an hour to get into work because I have a part-time job in a town that's like, it's like a half hour from me, but I love this. Hello, friends. I hope we're all well. I'm suddenly like really sneezy. So I'm glad I muted this. I'm like, it might be, I have my incense burning behind me, so it might be that. But anyway. Anyway, yeah, so good stuff. Time to change music. That was called Autumn Dew Waltz, and I can't remember the name of the artist. I'm gonna put like the music bits in my little show notes, the ones that I use. Yeah, that's all. How's that going, Ange? It seems let's do. I think that'll be a good one. I need to unhaul a bunch of books. I joined Tango a while ago, and I was gonna get rid of a ton of stuff, but too lazy to take pictures of the books and post them. Takes too long. I don't like this one. Oh. You may not want to unhaul the sandwich. I mean, that's a good idea, especially if you're not really intending to read them anytime soon, because you don't want to count those towards your books that you have to read. Because I don't know. I feel guilty having a virtual TBR. It makes me feel so weighted. Just having that in my Goodreads shelf. Hey, Jackie. Yeah, I think we all need to. There's just so many. Yay. I'm getting my bearings for another sprint. I think maybe at 5 of, I'll do another. Maybe like 20 minutes. What have I been doing? I think I've been doing 20-minute blocks. Yeah, 20 minutes feels like a good amount of time for reading. Actually, that was my rule of thumb with the books. Was if I couldn't get it from the library, then I would buy it, but they could end up at a library book sale though. And then someone will buy them at like $1, and that'll be Ange. She's like, I remember you. It's got your name in it. I don't know if people do that anymore. I mean, I don't. Actually, no, I really don't. I used to. I used to sign my name on the cover, but I used to have to do that in school to check out the books. Yeah. I always feel bad about my library books. I have one physically checked out, and that's which I actually did read. Yeah. I have this issue just because I don't really buy many books. And then I'm always guilty when I bring a book home. Even for the library, I feel guilty because it's like, am I gonna read it before it's like due back? And I usually end up just my library does the auto renewing now. And so I'll have it for like a month and a half. And then I'm like, you gotta go back home. You need someone else to read you who will actually appreciate your time. I suppose I should set up a timer. Yeah, and you know what? They always come in at the same time. At least mine have been lately. I'm on hold for The Rabbit Hutch, because that just won the National Book Award in fiction. And my library, I'm surprised that it didn't have a physical copy. And but there's like 6 of them in the circulation in our area, and then it's just taking friggin' forever for them to come. All right. Yeah, it's common. All right, let's read Until. Yeah, I have only heard decent things, but I don't think anybody who read the books before the National Book Award had pegged it as winning. So everyone's like kind of shocked by it. Yes, I have one for the oh, what is it? It's oh, what's my oh, it's Catch 22. I've been on hold because there's only one copy in circulation on Libby in our entire state. Because I just found out that Libby is like state run. It has nothing to do with the individual libraries or the regions, because a lot of the programs are run through our counties. And I just found out that Libby was the whole state. I overheard the librarian saying that. So there's only one copy of Catch 22, an incredibly popular book, available on audiobook through Libby. So I have to wait, and I had to wait until there were nearly 90 people had finished the book. I'm really close though. I might get it by the end of this year or early 2023, and I'm excited because and I own the book, so there's really no I'm so determined at this point. I've had it on hold since June of last year, and I've almost put it on hold for like 2 years in a row, and I was like, "Oh, I give up." Oh god. Yeah, it's too long. And this is really popular and contemporary, so there might be multiple copies, and that's really sad. It is, it's sad. But I think that was one of the books that got, I know there was an issue with one of the publishing houses was like, they're only allowing 1 copy per state or something like that. I don't know. That was per library, and they knew for really popular books that were gonna be in book clubs that it would be an issue, but yeah, that's another book, I read about half of it, and then I was like, I got distracted by other stuff. I actually had, the copy somewhere around here, and there's the actual receipt from Borders, which doesn't really exist anymore, is stuck in it, and it's, like, almost 3/4 of the way through the book. It's really sad, so I'm like, "I'm gonna audiobook it," but that happened. Alright. Let's do another sprint, you guys. We'll do 20 minutes, and I'm gonna put it on so that we can go on through to I miss that store so much. Yeah, I loved going upstairs and just, like, 'cause they had the CDs. I used to buy CDs. 'Cause we have Newberry Comics locally is where everyone would go to get CDs, which was a small business in, Mass and New Hampshire, and I think they're going into Maine now, but, yeah. Oops. Yeah, alright, I don't wanna get rid of that. Okay. So let's do a more sprint, or you guys can chat. But I'm gonna mute myself because I'm probably gonna sneeze any minute now. Oh, that's right. I forgot about your data issue. Well, yeah, that's terrible. I also would like to donate data to you. That's just awful. I'm so sorry. I can't even use certain apps on data. So I feel so bad. I'm sorry. I can't buy my Dunkins on data. All right. Well, have enjoy. See you in a bit. I'm gonna mute myself and turn the music up. Music off. Whew, okay. Well, I finished my book, um, as I'd hoped. It's all done. Guys, my project is over. Mm, very sad to see my KVG project ending now, but, this was a good one to end on. It's really, interesting. Um, Spoiler alert, the last person he interviews is Kilgore Trout. Of course. He has to. And Kilgore Trout has to make his appearance into nearly every book. But, yeah. So, I enjoyed it. It was, different. I call this genre bending because it's clearly, like, Vonnegut putting himself into a fictional situation, but, they're real characters. They're real people. Yay, thank you, Courtney. They're actual, like, political people, and we'll call them celebrities, mostly murderers, and, yeah, a lot of big names and that he interviews, and then so I got a couple pages into White is for Witching, which I'm enjoying. It's really kooky. I'm reading for the Weird Women's Book Club, and I can't tell where my hair is here. There we go. And I realized doing this, thingy. Oh, good. You're in it. You're doing it. Hey, thank you. Um, but anyway, I'm realizing how much I yawn when I get, like, really into the like, settle in. I get really yawny and sleepy. It's like, "Wake up, Sam." I had a coffee too. I had a coffee, like, minutes before this. I had downed it. It's coming back to haunt me. I like that. I'm making my physical list. Yay! I like that you're doing that old school. I gotta do that too. I just need to clean up my shelves and get rid of books that I don't really care to read. I had a habit of getting rid of the stuff that even if I really liked reading it, if my library had it, then I was gonna get rid of it anyway because I could still enjoy it for free, you know? I mean, it's just taking up space. So, I always feel guilty about that, having all the books. But yeah, I am getting sleepy. So I think I'm gonna hold out for another like I'm trying to hold out until like 2 and I'm like, "Ooh, I'm getting tired." And then I could smell the incense burn out and I'm like, "Oh god, what's going on back there?" Yeah, I have to get ready for 2 PM yoga class. Oh, yeah, it was great to chat with you, Courtney. 2 PM. Yeah. Oh gosh. I'm just getting tired. My library closes at 5 PM allegedly today, so it's a holiday weekend. I think that they said that they were gonna keep schedule except for Thursday and Friday, so I'm hoping that they will still be open. Let's check their website. Oh, yeah, right there. Yeah, 1 to 5, so I should be cool. I was shocked yesterday when I found out they closed at 3, and it was, like, 3:30 when I was like, "I need to go to the library." Yeah, I had to I mute mine, but, I finished my book. I finished this guy, but the big deal is that it's actually the last book in my Vonnegut's, little project that I had going on, so I'm sorry, yeah, it's 1:26. So, yeah, I'm gonna go to the top of the hour, so I might just do like one more 20-minute, maybe we could do a 40-minute sprint, and then I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna go to the top of the hour, so it's nearly 1:30. Yeah, I said we're gonna go till 2, so it'll be a 2-hour thing. Woohoo! 'Cause I keep yawning. Yeah, I'll have plenty of time to get to the library. Hopefully, I'll remember to go. I just wanted to pick up that Sookie book that you guys were talking about. It's the one that, the collection of the essays or short stories by other authors. So, yeah, they have it physically there, and it is available on my Hoopla, but I only have 1 Hoopla credit left, and I'm like, "Mm." I kinda wanna just pick up the next book that I'm planning to read for next month, like, immediately, or listen to rather. I have an audiobook lined up. It's gonna be the next, I'm planning to pick up the Midnight Texas series, so I wanted to borrow that first book in the series so that I could just fly through them. Boom, boom, boom. I did buy them too because that's of course. Oh, mash. Yeah, my nose is getting really itchy, and I'm down to my last sip. Just kidding. Oh, 2 books. Oh, shoot, yeah. I keep doing that too, and I mentioned the rabbit hutch earlier, and I haven't checked actually, I'm gonna do that now, to check the system because it is a popular read, but there's a bunch of people ahead of me. If there's a lot of people on a list, we can't keep it out for more than 1, borrow session. They make you return it so someone else can read it. But, the issue that I have is I think there were a lot of people ahead of me on that one since it just won that prize. It's probably gonna be a while, 'cause I was too last minute, and I kept wanting to put it on my list. But of course, we're only motivated by awards now. Yeah, log me in. We're gonna find out my requests. It just says that it's active. I wanna see how many people are on here. There are 9 holds. Oh, there are 4 books in the system. You'd think there'd be more, but I've been on hold since the day of. Mm. But they don't have it on any of the other services, which is really not bothers me. It's like, put it on Libby. I know they have to buy another license, but then it could be easily transferred around. You don't have to wait for them to physically. I know they do pickups a bunch of times a day from each of the libraries in my network, but it seems like a lot of work. It also doesn't seem very, economical. My nose is so itchy today. I hate because of the incense went out. I lied about water. I have this thing. I always feel silly when I show up at the library, like, multiple times um, in a given week, but I have to because something will come in. And there's a couple of graphic novels that, I'll request them, but then, they're usually I request them when they're brand spanking new, so they don't allow them. I have to actually go to that library to check it out, but I'm too lazy to do that. I wanna go to my library on the weekend or on a late night. Um Oh. Oh my goodness. You have a downstairs. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna pop this in. A downstairs list and an upstairs list. You mean for the books that you have that you can read. These aren't the ones that you're gonna read, I hope. I have a downstairs list and an upstairs list. I only have my books upstairs. Or they're virtual. I have them on the internets. I have them on a TBR list that's ever growing. Ooh. All right, let's see here. I think we should sprint until 10 till. We'll do this. So we'll do a sprint until we'll do a sprint up until 10 till, and then I like that they're called downstairs books though. Oh, I'm getting text message from the one. That's so funny. I like that you both have I have books up downstairs, but not so many. I like that. Is that like a caste thing? It's like the downstairs books aren't read as often because I spend all of my time upstairs, or they're less likely to be read. Or it's for me. You probably have an office or something. God. Oh. Anyway, all right. We're gonna change the music. What do we want to hear? Oh, I suppose I should turn it back up. I think there was this library one that I listened to library waltz. Right. I'm gonna mute myself and I'm gonna read until about 10 to, and then we will, and then we'll call it a day. I'm getting kind of sleepy now. Yeah, there you go. Your aesthetic book, my stage books. I love that. Alright, I'm gonna turn this up. This is called the library waltz. There we go. Whew. I'm so sleepy. Oh, yeah. I added another 5 minutes in case no one noticed. I had to. 'Cause one of the time I got around to, actually, like, doing the reading thing, there was only, like, 10 minutes left. I was like, "Oh, come on, we can do 15 sprint." So, yeah, added a 5 minutes. And that's pretty much it. I'm super sleepy now, but I got a tiny bit of reading in. I mean, I read another, like, I think I read about 16 pages in here. Um, Not total, but yeah, for this reading session. So I made some progress on here and I finished a book, so that's good. It was a productive day. I should go add that to Goodreads because I have a tendency to not add my books on to Storygraph and Goodreads whenever I finish them and I forget. Yummy. Oh, I think. Oh, let me turn off the music completely. Bye bye, music, and go to sleep now. I have to go. That was the library waltz. Okay. Ooh. Yay. I want some stir fry. Oh, oh my god, did you finish it? Yes. We 100% need that number. I'm waiting with bated breath. Should I do a drum roll? I can't believe you got that done though. Honestly, that's a lot. I we're waiting on Ange. So I think it's funny is that I think I'm also gonna watch football, but not like American football. I gotta go to the library, so we will do that, and then I will. Whew. Oh gosh, yeah, that's a. Mm. They don't take up any space though. Wow. Yeah, no, I know you mean soccer. Yeah. We have, our local team lost on Thanksgiving, and my dad is unhappy about that because it was a bad call, blah, blah, blah. I just don't care. Uh, I'll watch it, but I'm more of a baseball person. So that 40 is in addition to. That is excellent, though. Yeah, I agree. I think that's great. That's a lot of books on you know how many people I've watched so many of these, like, unhaul things, and people are like, "No, I can't let this go. I might read it one day." It's like, yeah. Yeah, see, it's hard to let go of books. I have let go of books that I really did like, but, um, I had a bunch of the Book of the Month Club ones, and I know that people collect those. I don't care to collect them, I don't need them. I think I have just a couple that I really liked that I knew that I would reread, but the rest I just ended up, getting rid of. I sold them off on, somewhere because I knew people would wanna read them, but oftentimes they're just so popular that I can easily get them through the library, so I gave up on collecting them at all, but there are people that collect them. Like, they want to have all those spines, I guess. I don't know. There's a rainbow, kinda. You'd have to put them in rainbow order. But yeah, I don't feel so bad getting rid of books that I have read. I just feel bad when I'm like, I don't know. But I do have a lot of books that I should unhaul, and I've gotta go through that and just bye-bye, donate them. But anyway, I think that's a wrap, guys. I'm really sleepy, and I can hear the neighbors doing yard work. I realize how, like, I'm using my light. It looks like it's, like, morning time in my bedroom. Holy shit. That's a lot of ooh, how long was that? I don't remember it being that long. It's under 400, right? I think it is. I don't remember. I borrowed it from the library and then I returned the physical book, and then I was like, I'm full of regret because they had it on Audible on the Plus thing, their Plus catalog, so I was like, "Alright, 407." I didn't think it was that long. It does go real quickly in the end because it's, like, drama. Drama's fun. Oh, yeah, the nonfiction counts. They're physical books. How many are you betting to read or I don't know. You're planning to read a certain quantity though, right? Before you, um, continue adding to the Oopsie. I have a lot of those. I think on Goodreads, I've finally cut out the books that I'm like, I'm not gonna be reading this, but yay. I'm so glad. I think next time I do a sprint, I'm gonna try and set up like an actual music thing on iTunes so that it's not looping the same song over and over again. But I mean, I have unlimited credits from I think it's Upbeat is the name of the company. But yeah, I really appreciate this, guys. It was just great. It's like it wasn't so bad. So this is a primer for next week because we're going to be joining here again with Ange and Amy, and we're going to be talking about Suki, the last Suki book. There's a lot of sales this weekend. My local bookshop did their no, it's not a Black Friday sale, but they did a sale like 2 weeks ago, and it's usually 20% off books, and I'm in, Kieran's book club, and we're gonna be reading Kin next month through, I think, February, and I pre-ordered the book well, I ordered the book. They not pre-ordered, I had to order it, but I put the order in that week, and then they refunded me, like, $5 for the book because 'cause they're like, "Oh, we're having our sale." And it's like, of course that brought me into the store. So, thank you everyone that, Suki is gonna be the same time next week. It's gonna be I think it's 5 p.m. your time, and it's noon in on the East Coast in the US, so noonie. But it's gonna be here again, and, yeah, it's gonna be a spoiler fest, isn't it? I don't think there's any way to talk about that end of this book. We're gonna talk about the end that book, plus the short stories at least. But I can't wait. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's nice to have humans to talk to about books. But I'll be seeing you guys around, so I'm gonna head on out and kill this broadcast. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. This was fun. I am allowed to spoil next week. Bye. There we go. Yep.